school, you either love it or you hate it. The way you get to school can really impact the way you feel about going to school. This is our class. Together we realized that some students in our class haven't gone to school in a long time. Some students are almost always late to first period. We want to find a way to make it easier for kids to get to school. We are geography students at West High School in Salt Lake City, Utah. This is our National Geographic GeoInquiry story. We began phase 1 of the GeoInquiry process by thinking about our school and the issues that face our students. We noticed that kids have to use unsafe routes to get to school. We decided to work and do something about it. Before we could really develop our GeoInquiry question, we had to define the problem. What are the obstacles to school? Why are they there? Why should we care? We began by mapping the routes students take to school and identifying obstacles we encounter along the way. We mapped the school bus routes to determine which students get to ride on the bus. We found that there are bus routes in the Avenues neighborhood and west of Redwood Road. We interviewed our school secretary and found that students who live east of Redwood Road but farther than 2 miles away get a UTA bus pass. Next, we determined that students who live inside of 2 miles from our school must walk or make their own way. We took a field trip to walk the routes students typically take. We used Survey 123 to map road hazards along the way. Our observations showed that there is a struggle for kids who walk from neighborhoods on the west side because they have to cross major urban development. They either have to choose between crossing at the 600 North freeway overpass or the freight train crossing at 300 North. This led us to our GeoInquiry question. How can we bring attention to unsafe walking routes to West High from our west side neighborhoods to create district action? To find out more about our question, we asked people from our community. Antonio is a Brown Beret and he works at our local Boys and Girls Club. We invited him to our class. Antonio explained that the train crossing problem has been going on for a long time. He told us that last year, students from our school got tickets from the police because they were crossing the tracks through train cars. Antonio said the Brown Berets have been working to get a pedestrian bridge built to make it safer for the kids. The community is happy that the bridge is going to be built, but they wonder if it is only because rich people are moving into our neighborhood now. We knew we needed to know more about why the interstate overpass and the train tracks are located in our neighborhood. So we invited a city planner to our classroom. We had some questions for him. Our first question was about the dangerous overpass kids had to cross to walk to school. A kid who goes to our school actually got hit by a car near there just a few years ago. He died. We asked him why the road isn't safer. The city planner explained to us how the city works with the state to pay for the roads. He said the overpass is not owned by the city, so the city can't do much to improve it. That is up to the state. Next, we asked him about the train crossing. A freight train comes by right before school starts. Sometimes the train stops on the tracks for hours. Kids sometimes walk through the train cars so they won't be late for school. He explained that there is a Union Pacific train yard nearby. When the trains switch, they sometimes have to stop on the tracks. He said the city knows there is a problem there, so they are building a pedestrian bridge. Since West High students are the main people who walk across, the bridge is basically for us. The bridge is exciting, but it won't be done for at least 3 more years. What do we do till then? We interviewed school community members to find out just how much the walking routes affect us.
When a train comes by, like it's a freight train, it usually stops there, and then I'm stuck there waiting for about an hour to 30 minutes at times. Sometimes I'm with both first 2 of my classes.
I actually used to do color guard, and it was in the winter and I didn't want to walk, and honestly, like, I wanted to be there for my team and like support them and everything, but like my problem was walking home in the snow, and like my parents get home like at 8 or like at 10 in the night and stuff, so it kind of worried me and I didn't want to like affect them.
Stuff like when they do hold us accountable for it and say like that why couldn't our parents bring us or anything, and we're already struggling with that, like with our parents, and like if our parents really can't bring us here, we have to, like, there should be other options and stuff. And so the school bus that everyone takes and stuff, like, that's Like, I think the school is responsible for us to get us here, and on time. Like, a lot of school buses are late too.
I think having a way for transportation would help me greatly. That way I'm not always late, or it's a safer route to school.
I wish there were a way that we could guarantee that all of our kids get to school on time. We know that attendance is one of the biggest factors for student success, and we know that when they miss critical instruction at the beginning of class, they don't know what to do for the rest of the time that they're in the classroom. I really applaud our students. I think working to solve an issue that's a community issue and a neighborhood issue, and one that's been ongoing forever and ever, but those are the very kids who get discouraged when they start to fall behind, and then they're less likely to attend the next day.
We asked the city planner, what can we do? How can we help? Luckily, his colleagues from UTA had a suggestion. He said we should create a safe routes walking plan to help kids find the safest way to walk to school. So we went outside and walked around to collect data. We entered all of this data into the Safe Routes program. We used GIS technology to take a complete inventory of the city within 2 miles of our school. Phase 5 is all about action. We have done all we can do. We need help from the parents in our school community. Parents can help us by identifying the safest walking routes to West High School, talking to people at our school district who can help. We have some ideas about how the school district can take action. Create a shuttle bus to transport students safely over the overpass. Create a shuttle bus to transport students safely over the train tracks. Create a text alert system to notify students when trains are stopped on the tracks.